for your shoots, do you have much planning before it? Like, do you have to write a script, not a script, but an outline of, your day-to-day?
Yeah, it depends on the project. So the bigger the production, the more planning goes into it. Yes. Absolutely. So, something like, shooting cars for online ads for the dealerships. No, there's not so much planning before each shoot, so to speak. That's more communication. We get in touch the day before, we find out which vehicles they have, how many, work out all that side of things. That's more for time management than anything else. Then we've got our formula. We have the way we shoot cars for sales ads. So that's really formulaic, that's really structured, and that's really easy to get into a good routine, and you can work really efficiently and produce really consistent results if you focus on that formula. Oh, look, it's a set of photos. We have our core set of photos. We present each car in a very similar manner. You do the same set of angles to establish the car at the beginning, and then the rest you're focusing on details. Features, what makes that car unique. So you start with the standard set of images, and then you look for other opportunities. Again, it's not about being a good car photographer. It's about paying attention. When you approach the car to photograph it, you're looking at it. You're studying it. What features are fitted? If I was going to buy this car, what do I want to know about it? Extras. And then look for that and photograph what you would want to see as a buyer. Look at the car through the buyer's eyes. That's for the dealership stuff. As far as planning for bigger productions, heaps. If we're doing a TV commercial, cinema commercial, something like that for one of our brands, that's weeks of planning. We need to find a location. We need to establish permits for the location. We need to lock in all of the pre-production beforehand. And that does actually come down to the nitty-gritty, like changing single words in scripts so that we're saying the right things to keep the client happy, building a storyboard so that we have a shot list that on the day we know exactly what we need to do. We know exactly which shots in which order we need to take. And it's like any kind of film production. You're not necessarily shooting the production in order of how it's going to be edited. We don't shoot the first scene at the start. That's standard in film production, and we apply that same method with our work. We shoot for the most efficient day, and we deal with the rest in the editing.
And how do you go about applying for these permits? Is it just through council?
It depends on where it is. If it's private property, you need to establish who's in charge, who's looking after that property. There are location scouts. There's businesses who specialize in finding new locations, and we've worked with them in the past as well, and they take a lot of the headaches out of it. You might pay for the privilege, but so often it's worth doing. You get in touch with your location scout, you present them the brief from your client that's been presented to you, and they'll come back with 30 different options, different properties, different addresses that might suit the creative direction that you've been briefed on. And then it's just money. You pay the fees, they handle everything else.